I'm back. It's not like I left, but like I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I got this idea from somewhere. No. Here's my thing. Okay, when it comes to back to school videos and all that stuff, you always see people like you go and you look up like, oh, back to school, da da da. And I feel like the only videos that pop up are the ones from like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, of like what you should do when you go back to school and all this other generic advice. And I'm like, dude, fuck that shit. Like, I wish I had this video when I was starting high school. I don't know. I have about 5 things, I think. If I look up, it's because I'm looking at where I wrote the stuff down at, like my notes sort of thing. But I have like 5 things that I kind of want to bring up that are reiterations on advice people give in those types of videos that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. This has nothing to do with like school supplies or like shit like that. Like, bro, just get a backpack and get whatever you're on the syllabi or whatever. Get whatever your teacher wants you to get. Like, I don't know. Get a backpack you like, and then get whatever stuff they ask you to get. At some point, like halfway through the school year, they won't even ask for any of that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, I'm going on a tangent, but like, I guess this is just another piece of advice. Just get a backpack you like, and then on the syllabi, get everything that's on the syllabi. But then at some point, like 3 or 4 or 5 months into the school year, your teachers will not be asking you to use all that. At least when it comes to like American schools. Dude, they do not care. They don't care. You don't have to have the best school supplies to be a good learner. Let's just lay that down. Anyway, okay. My first thing is to try not to hold like grudges, to be more forgiving. Now I'm not like what? I'm not telling you to like let people walk all over you because like that's a problem. You know what I mean? If you're too forgiving, then people are just gonna think that they can do whatever they want to you, and then that's that on that. Like they can just do whatever and take advantage of you when you shouldn't, when that shouldn't be happening. They shouldn't be allowed to do that to you. So on some things, yes, be like, yo, like set boundaries, be like, yo, I don't want you to do this to me anymore. But when it comes to other things, like we're all teenagers, we're all young, and we're all like learning. Like I feel like high school is the first real uh time period where like you actually like, I don't want to say it, but like lock in. Like you gain consciousness in high school, if that makes sense. Like when it comes to lots of social things, you gain consciousness in high school. I feel like a lot of people just think that, or they're sort of subconscious or self-conscious about not having a boyfriend in middle school or something. Don't even worry about that shit. In elementary school and middle school, you should not be worrying about that. High school, you shouldn't even be worrying about it either. If you haven't had a boyfriend yet and you're like a senior or you're like a junior or whatever, you shouldn't be worried about that. It's genuinely not that serious. In college, you'll meet somebody. Later in your life, you'll meet somebody. Like, dude, you still have so much life ahead of you. If you don't meet somebody now, it's like whatever. Plus, these people in high school, you're not going to see these people. After 4 years, you're not going to see these people anymore. The most you might see them is like on Instagram, or if one of them decides to go to the college you choose to go to. But everybody splits off after high school. And then maybe you'll have a fucking high school reunion, but y'all will all be like 30. Like, they'll all be unks, bro. Like, no one cares, is what I'm saying. So, like, I don't know. But, like, when it comes to general drama and stuff, just try not to hold, like, extraneous grudges against people because it's tiring, honestly, to just act like that. I don't know. Just talking from experience here. I mean, like, holding grudges against people will completely ruin the relationship you used to have with the person. There's really no point. If somebody does something bad to you, like, it sort of depends on how bad it is, you know what I mean? But be more forgiving. Remember that we're all young and impressionable teenagers. People will see stuff online and they'll try it out IRL and it won't work out, or they'll say something that they really didn't mean. Things like that. Just sort of, you know, just try to refrain from creating like enemies, or not really enemies, but just like people that you can't stand being around. Because dude, if you're in like 10th grade and you're sitting here and you're like, yeah, I don't like this person. Like, I don't like them at all. They don't like me. It's going to get so tiring because you still have 2 more years where you have to see that person every day. Just try to tolerate everybody, is what I'm saying. Because I feel like in senior year, you can kind of sort of start hating people. I'm not saying that, but like you can sort of start hating people in senior year. But I'm like, if you're in 10th grade, just forgo doing any of that. Forgo getting into a bunch of fucking drama and shit. Fuck all that. Okay? There's no point. It's tiring. It's played out. It's annoying. This isn't High School Musical, you know what I mean? Like there's no need for beef here. You know what I'm saying? All those high school movies where people are just doing a whole bunch of shit they have no business doing. Don't do any of that, cuz it just makes your life worse. I feel like I talked way too much on that last point anyway. Okay, my second one is I think I'm just gonna include timestamps and it'll make everything easier. But my second point is to try to get a general idea of like what you want to do in college or like as a career. I feel like a lot of people say this. This is, okay, like sort of start to figure out like smaller stuff. Do you want to go to college close to home or do you want to go far away or, stuff like that or what you want to do for your extracurriculars? The whole financial aid stuff that can sort of come later, but think about like extracurriculars especially if you're in like ninth grade, 10th grade. Dude, start now. I'm telling you, there's a bunch of shit I should have done when I was like a sophomore that I didn't fucking do because I was like lazy and I thought that everything would work itself out and I wasn't really stressing myself out over it. And I'm not saying that you should stress yourself out over it, but just be conscious of the fact that you will thank yourself in senior year when you have done things, extracurriculars outside of school, so that you have stuff to list on your activities thing, bro. I swear to God, bro, you get to Common App or whatever else. I use Common App like our schools or whatever, we're using Common App to apply to colleges. Dude, there's a list. You have to include like a list of 10 activities, so 10 extracurriculars that you've done and like the impact you sort of had when you did them or like what you've learned from them. Dude, I barely have. Okay, let me chill. But when I'm saying like, dude, like start a passion project, fucking play a sport, do something, bro. I swear, do something, because you're gonna regret it if you don't. You're gonna be scrambling to get those 10 activities, and you're just not gonna have them if you don't lock in right now. So think about what you want to do later in your life, and then start doing extracurriculars now. The other shit will work itself out when you get to like junior, senior year, but right now, focus on those two things. My third point is reading. Dude, nobody in this generation reads anymore. I swear to God. Please, bro, read. Read outside of school. Read outside of things you get assigned. I swear, bro. Bro, on my notes it says quote some article that says it builds like brain power or whatever. It helps you learn. But I feel like everybody fucking knows that. I don't need to quote an article. I don't need to do all that extra shit. You already know that if you read, your brain is gonna grow. It gets more wrinkles. Whatever else they say, dude. Just and it grows like other things, like your creativity and your ability to imagine and like imagine things and stuff like that. And it just builds a lot of it. It sort of depends on what you read, but you can literally read anything. Just read anything, bro. It doesn't even have to be a book. You can read an article or read articles outside of school. Read newspapers outside of school. Read something, dude. Also, I wanted to put this out there. Just read in general, bro. Like, I'm saying read as in like books and articles, but when it comes to other things like directions and signs, read. I swear people do not read anymore. They just expect everything to be handed to them. Read before you ask, dude. I swear, I'm so tired of that. People do not read anything nowadays. Take some time, read, then ask questions, okay? You feel what I'm saying? Because sometimes the question that you ask is going to be in whatever you read, and you're going to piss off whoever you just asked because they're like, yo, it's right there in front of you. Like, did you not read? Read first, then ask a question, okay? Okay. My fourth tip is to not worry about what everyone else is doing. You don't own anyone an explanation for why you like to do the things you do, or why you dress the way that you dress, why you wear your hair a certain way. You don't own anyone an explanation. So just figure out what you like, your hobbies, your interests, how you like to dress, how you like to present yourself, shit like that, and be proud of that. There's no like reason to try to hide yourself or conceal your true self from other people just to like quote unquote be liked. Like you're gonna be liked for a little bit, but I feel like we've seen so many examples in like movies where people will act a certain way, and then the people that they want to be friends with or whatever will like them initially but then after they sort of show their true colors, then the people they were hanging out with go, like, who the fuck are you? Like, you're like fake as fuck. And I feel like it's even more true for stuff that happens in real life. Be proud of who you are. Like, you don't owe anyone an explanation for why you do something. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just uh, be who you want to be. Okay, so sort of, I'm interested in dark academia, like the aesthetic as a whole. Sort of, I don't know. If you know, I'm not gonna say that. Like, I'm just interested in dark academia, right? But I'm sort of fighting with myself over whether or not I should just stay alternative. Like, I am alternative, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be more alternative. Like, in 10th and sort of 11th grade, the beginning of 11th grade, I wore more conventionally alternative, like, TikTok shit. Does that make any sense? Like, the whole short shorts, tights, leg warmers, skinny tops, baggy jeans, and, like, I wanted affliction and stuff like that. You know, that sort of stuff. Because that's sort of the aesthetics that get the most attention, or those are the clothing pieces that get the most attention, and I have friends that dress that way and I like their style or whatever. And so I was like, oh, I want to be that. But sort of now I like dark academia a lot more, and it appeals to me more than this general alternative aesthetic. So what the fuck is the point in me fighting it when I should just accept the fact that I'm not like these other people that are at my school? Like, I don't really think anybody else at school, at my school in particular, even like really likes it. Besides one of my friends, my friend Tristan. He's not really dark academia, but like he knows about it and all that stuff, and he sort of dresses. I think he's more light academia than anything, but regardless, besides him, like nobody else fucking likes the aesthetic. Nobody else dresses like that. If anything, people are showing up to school in leggings and sweatpants. But no, like I'm gonna show up to school in a trench coat and a long skirt with a bow in my hair, and that's fucking okay. Who's to tell me I can't do that? If anything, it's cool because like my school, one day a week, one day out of the week, on Mondays we have to wear uniform. But like I got rid of my uniform skirts. But because I wear business casual all the time, it's literally a part of my daily style. I can just wear a different skirt, wear a different business skirt, and wear business attire on that day, and I don't have to worry about anything, and not worrying about like it being different from what I normally wear. It's not. I wear the same shit. I mean, I don't even need a uniform skirt to be in uniform. You feel what I'm saying? So be yourself, bro. Does that like help or okay, I'm gonna stop. Um my last tip, my last thingy, I don't know, my last like tip or whatever, is to not stress about not making friends right away. When I tell you, dude, 10th grade, right? End of end of 10th grade year, we had a thing called sophomore week. So it was like a thing where all the sophomores got to go places and hang out with their friends and not go to class, right? So we like went to the zoo and like the movie theater or some other stuff like that. Each day we sort of had like field trips or fun activities that we could do that didn't involve us being in class. So I had friends then, right? Or I had people that I thought were my friends, right? But that week, I swear to God, I barely talked to anyone. And pretty much what happened was that entire week, I was going on these trips, but none of my friends wanted to sit next to me. None of them wanted to go out of their way to talk to me. All they did was hang around their other friends that they're like quote unquote more comfortable with, and just sort of left me in the dust. Like, I don't know. Even if I tried to sort of include myself, nothing, it never worked out. That entire week, I was extremely sad because, these people that I've been talking to or whatever just didn't include me in anything. And then this sort of continued into junior year. Like the very beginning of junior year, especially in my chemistry class, like I knew a lot of these people and I was sort of acquaintances with a lot of these people, but they didn't really treat me as such. I mean, I sat at a table by myself for the first like month and a half, and then this other girl came and sat with me or whatever, and she was really sweet. And we would sort of talk and stuff, and then at some point, I started dating a guy, and then I started being friends with his friends, so it just sort of saved me. But like, I'm not dating that guy anymore, so. But I'm still friends with his friends now. It's whatever. I'll be okay. Whatever. Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that like, I was really depressed and sad about it. The fact that I didn't have any friends. But it's like, dude, I also wasn't going out of my way to make friends either. Like, I was just like, half of it was my fault, I think, and half of it was their fault. Like, nobody really thought about including me, but I also didn't make it apparent that I wanted to be included. Like, I'm sort of more introverted, so I naturally gravitate, or extroverts naturally gravitate towards me. But they're also understanding of the fact that I'm an introvert and I like spending time by myself. And a lot of the time, like, when I finally brought this up, they were just like, yeah, we thought you were, like, busy. And I'm like, yo, I don't do a thing. I mean, at that time, I was unemployed. Bro, I was unemployed. I wasn't doing a thing. What do you mean you thought I was busy? I don't do shit. Anyway, my point is that, like, we always say, like, oh, it'll take time for you to find your group, and, like, introverted people, or people that just don't have any friends will be like, yo, like, come on, bro, when will my suffering end? But it's like, dude, that's the truth. Like, at some point, you'll have a friend group, but you also have to remember that you need to go out of your way to make it one. Like, you need to go out and talk to people. I know it's difficult, but like, at school, especially when school first starts, bro, everybody is find the people that are also quiet, because I guarantee you they're probably going through the same shit. And like, try to like sit next to them or something, talk to them, get in a couple words every day, ask them about stuff. You got to be the extrovert in that situation, because some people are not going to lock in. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just going to be like, and sit alone for the rest of the school year. So talk to people who don't talk to other people. Bro, I heard this story from this guy talking about like get better at how to get better at like being charismatic and stuff. There's this one story. A dude came over and sat at a table with this guy and his friends, and there were like 6 or 7 people. There was like 7 people in the group, and he just started chatting it up like he'd known them for like years, but they literally had never seen that nigga in their life. Like, bro, just go chat it up. I swear, people want to chat up. Just chat up. That's sort of all I got. I've been recording. I've been sitting here recording for 20 minutes. Lord knows how long it'll be when I'm done editing. I'm just gonna leave in all the app sessions, bro. I'll include timestamps because I'm talking so much. But I don't know. Watching 2 times speed if your fucking brain is shot to shit. Uh, or just skip or something. I don't know. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do, bro. Do whatever you want to do with what I just said. I don't really like ending videos, but I'm gonna go. All right, let me